In this video, we're going to cover the enhancements to Point 11.3. We've added a subject property address to the Loan Search Results view. You can update the results you see here by going to the Utilities, Search Display Settings. You can add or remove fields and order them with the Move Up or Move Down buttons. This will only be in Point standalone until Point Central's next release. I'm going to open up a file and continue with our enhancements. Under Track and Agent List, we've added a phone number field for the trustee. Over in Loan Application Section 1, we've added a number of months field for when you're entering the length at the employer. We've also added fields for the accessory dwelling units, the ADU, and the accessory dwelling unit rent used by Freddie Mac. These are located in the Loan Application Section 2 and 3. One is under the REO section for the owned properties, and the other is under Section 4 for the subject property. Neither of these are currently affecting any calculations in a file. In the transmittal summary, we've updated the source of funds field to make that a drop-down list. For our work number, this is under Services and Verifications. When running a verification, the user will now receive a pop-up message when the employer is missing from the Loan Application Section 1. For HMDA, this is under Track. We have removed the HMDA 2017 screen and added additional credit score models for the 2024 HMDA reporting. You can see these in the drop-down score model. Also under Track, we've updated our mortgage call report screen. We've added new sections for the 2024 reporting requirements. The loan information section. This has the initial loan amount, documentation, and purpose of refinance. There's also a new section of lender's loan selling and broker and lender fees. Over on the fee worksheet and the closing cost worksheet, we have added a field to calculate the loan origination fee based on the loan amount, total loan amount, sales price, or appraised value with the drop-down. The loan estimate and closing disclosure will now automatically update the loan purpose from the borrower's information screen, and we've also added a lockbox to override that as well. On the loan estimate, payoff and adjustment screen, we have updated the payoff and payments area with a table and added a sync with the 1003 checkbox. Anything that is marked to be paid off at closing in your liabilities will automatically flow over when you check the sync with 1003 box. When this is checked, you can also make any changes to the liabilities that came over from the application, and those changes will flow back into the application. If you add any new liabilities to be paid off, those items will not sync back to the application. When you create a new payoff, you can see the checkboxes at the bottom are grayed out, showing that it did not come over from the 1003 and was not marked to be paid off at closing. This item will not sync back to the application. If you uncheck the sync box, the liabilities from the application will not update. If you recheck the sync box, any changes that you made to the application on the liabilities marked to be paid off at closing will then update in this table. This table will keep any of the manually added payoffs. We've also updated the closing disclosure payoff and payment screen with the same table as well. When we open this screen, you'll notice that the sync with the 1003 checkbox is grayed out. This is because the loan estimate is currently syncing with the 1003. And to get this to switch to the closing disclosure, we have to go to the Fees worksheet and click the Freeze Fees checkbox. The liabilities that were marked to be paid off at closing are showing in the chart. And if we want to bring over any of the manual payoffs that we put into the loan estimate payoff and adjustment screen, we can click the Copy from Loan Estimate button in the top right. Any changes made to the liabilities that came over from the application, marked as paid off at closing, will sync back to the application section too. If we uncheck the sync with the 1003 checkbox, the items will not update back to the application, just like the previous screen, the loan estimate, payoff, and adjustments. Point now has the ability with the Freddie Mac LPA to assign loans to other companies. The Freddie Mac LPA credentials need to be entered under the Utilities, Company Defaults, Freddie Mac LPA System to System to allow you to access the Freddie Mac loan assignment screen. If they're not entered, you will receive a pop-up notice requiring you to enter those credentials. The Loan Assignment Company Setup screen allows the company to select any of the companies that they want to be able to sign their LPA files to. Point will download the company names that are associated with your Freddie Mac account. You'll select your company's role as a broker or a correspondent lender from the drop-down. And there's a search by area to let you more easily find available companies in your list. The table on the left shows the available companies that you're able to select and are set up with Freddie. The table on the right are the companies that the users are going to be able to assign files to. From the list on the left, you can select and add the companies to the box on the right, which will show in the loan assignment screen. Let's go over to the loan assignment screen. Under Services, Freddie Mac, Loan Assignment. You can see this screen has 3 request type options in the top drop-down. Assign a loan. This option assigns the loan to another company. Loans my company has assigned. This option searches all your loans that your company has assigned with the assignment history. And Release Loan. This option will only show to loan sellers and will not be available for TPO or submitting roles such as broker. Let's walk through each option. To assign a loan, first select the Assign Loan option from the drop-down list. Your file must first have a case file ID to be able to assign it to another company, so you will have had to run LPA. Then you can select the company you want to assign it to from your drop-down list. This is the list that you created under the Utilities, Company Defaults, and Freddie Mac Loan Summary screen. If you don't see the company name that you want, click the Refresh button. This will bring up the list of companies that you can select. If you want to be able to assign it to that company, highlight the company on the left, click the Add in the middle. After you've selected the company, you can click Submit, and this will assign the file to the company that you have selected. Loans my company has assigned. To see all the files that your company has assigned to it, you can select this from the drop-down and click the Submit button. This will bring up a list of all of the loans that have been submitted to your company. If you check the checkbox to the left of a file and click View History, you can see further information about who assigned it and when. Release loan. To release a loan file, it must first be assigned to your company. If not, you will receive an error when you try to release it. Select the release loan and click Submit. This will remove your company from the assignment on that file. If you have any questions, please contact our dedicated customer support